Hi there, my name is Zach, and I have the goal of reaching the Brisbane Olympics 2032 marathon. Now, as you can see on the screen right here, these are my current PBs, and I'm a long way from making that dream a goal. But I'm hoping, with a lot of determination, patience, and hard work, that I can make it. I would love it if you guys could join me on my journey to go from a below average runner, to a pro. With that said, let's get into today's video. You guys have joined me on a nice, easy long run. This is going to be my last sub 2 hour long run before my next A race, which is the Canberra half on the 2nd of November. I am so keen for that. We're 12 weeks away today. In 9 weeks, I've got my B race, my prep, which is the Goldman half. I have to keep today pretty easy. The whole rest of my family is sick at the moment, and I'm feeling pretty good. I don't want to go too hard, get too much fatigue, and end up getting myself sick. Because that's kind of the whole point of, it goes against the whole point of training, because you want consistency. It's better to be slow and consistent than push and get sick. So this is going to be my longest week from both a time-wise and distance-wise ever. So I've currently done 54k, and this sub 2 hours should be roughly another 16, which will bring me to about 70k for the week, with my previous best being, previous longest being 64 and a half. It's also going to end up being about 9 hours and 10 minutes of running. Boy, that's quite a decent week. We're building up the case so much. I'm so ready for Canberra half because I really want to test the legs. So I'm filming this on the 10th of August. Is it too early to say it's mid-August? But if you can see from some of the footage I've got here, there's no frost on the ground. Starting to warm up, moving into spring soon. Can't wait. I'm sure you guys up in the Northern Hemisphere are keen for a bit of a cool change. Being a bit hot here in the UK has had a few heat waves recently compared to what you guys are normally used to. That's still like a normal day for us down here in Oz. 30 degrees is cold in summer, so I don't know what you guys are complaining about. But as part of my my prep for the next 12 weeks, I've had a look back at how I've gone, and I'm astounded at the massive changes I've had over the last 6, 7, 8 months. If you look at what I did in my first 11-week block of training, I peaked out about 37k. Now this week, as I just mentioned earlier, I'm going to hit 70. That's basically double. Not only that, before this run, I was at 54k, and I was feeling like, is that it? I've got so much more left in the tank. Whereas in my peak week in my first block, I was cooked. I was like, man, I need a recovery week, and I'm so glad to have it. Whereas I'm doing more Ks than I was then, and I'm like, man, I'm chilling. So it's so cool to see the change over time. And if you also look at the paces, I could barely hold 7:30 per K for like half an hour. So my half an hour runs are about 4k long. Whereas these days, this run, I'm probably going to average about 7-minute Ks for almost 2 hours. Faster and significantly longer. That is the power of compounding and the power of consistency. If I were to specifically point out 2 sessions, let's look at the 90-minute tempo that I filmed on this channel. Now in that session, I did 90 minutes at about 280 watts, which equates to about 630 per K. Now I was pretty happy with that. It was tough, but it was definitely more of a mid-zone 3 run, which is exactly what I wanted from the session. I was very happy with it. Then, last week, I did an hour 40, 10 minutes longer. Not only was it 10 minutes longer, I averaged the exact same heart rate. but I did 10 watts more. So instead of 280 watts, I did 290 watts. And my pace dropped to about 6:45 to 6:10 per kilometre. Massive speed upgrade. And that's what I want to talk about today, is not just my change in training, changing gear. Because on that second run, I got a new set of shoes. The Hoka Mac X2. Now the X2, it's got a plastic plate in it. And you can tell it's a plastic one because when you turn it upside down, you can see at the bottom there's a big blue thing. And you can really feel it work. I've got the Hoka Carbon X, which I think it's an older model, and it's definitely not as good as the X2. As I said a bit earlier, the X2 is super fast. For my tempo work, it got me down about 15 to 20 seconds per K, which is massive speed increase. But it comes with some issues, and that is that I had some massive hot spots on the tip of my foot, like on the toes. I'm not sure whether I can race in it. So I did about 15k in it last week at tempo, but it feels really bad at slower paces, and I wonder if my half marathon pace is more of that slower pace than the faster pace that it needs. Another thing I've noticed with the X2 is they suck at climbing. I wonder if it's partly to do with the speed, because obviously it's going up, the speed drops, but it's really painful on the calves. I'm quite lucky to do a lot of calf races, do about 100 a day, half of that single legs, but even still, risk of injury. So I think the shoe is more suited to like a 5 or 10k race, because that hotspot started at around about the 1 hour time line. I had to, when I got them, I actually had to stop and like loosen the shoes up a little bit. It hit up a little bit, but it wasn't a massive change. So if I'm doing my golden half in about 2 hours, you know, the first hour should be fine. But then it's the second hour where I'm gonna have those issues if I wear those shoes. I think I'll test it out, because, you know, 15 to 20 seconds per K is massive speed boost. I don't know if I can justify like not wearing them. When it does come to that golden race, I think I've already got my planning and my pacing sorted for it. So for the first 5k, I want to go about 280 watts. That's roughly what my tempo is and what I train at the tempo zones. For the second 5k, I'll move it up to 290 watts, which is roughly what Stride says my marathon pacing should be. The third 5k, I'll push it up again, 300 watts. And then the final 6.1k, we'll do that at 310. Now, Stride has my FTP, which is my threshold, my 1 hour power, at 308 watts. So I'm only doing 6 minutes at that power, but I'll be doing 15k, almost an hour and a half, you know, below it, but it still puts strain on the legs. So it will make it really hard to push. But should I do that, it will give me a really good time and an awesome little negative split. Stride has my half marathon pace, my predicted race time at about 1:58. Garmin has about 2:02. Now, obviously, the Goulburn race in 9 weeks is going to be sub-maximal. It's more of a test. I'm pretty sure I can do the distance. I've done it before at the end of a triathlon in about 2:15. So I think I can definitely feel, based on the training I've done, 2:15 would be fine. But can I go sub 2? Can I go sub 2 in a training B-level race, which will then give me, you know, a good sort of pacing strategy and time to aim for when it comes to Canberra. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, you'll probably notice that I don't have much footage of myself running. I mean, I've got footage of it now, but I don't have it from a third person point of view. That's because I'm a one-man band. I mentioned that I'm doing the Goulburn Half Marathon on the 12th of October, and then I'm doing the Canberra Half November 2nd, I think. I've also just signed up for the Canberra Full Marathon. That's going to be my marathon debut, and I'm pretty keen for it. I would love it if any of you guys want to come out, cheer for me on the sidelines, or, you know, enter the race and help pace me, even get some footage. That would really help out me and really help out the channel, and I'd be forever grateful to you guys. Drop a comment below if you think you can make it, but I'm not expecting anything from anyone, so all good if it's not. Also, let me know in the comments below, do you think I should use the Mac X2, or should I use my current race shoe, which is the Hoka Carbon X? They're pretty similar shoes, as I mentioned. The Carbon X obviously is the carbon plate, well, the X2 is the plastic one, but the X2 feels so much stronger, but there's also the risk of the pain. Now, if you guys like this sort of content, please make sure you like and subscribe so I know I can make more of it. I think I'm at time of filming, 99 subscribers. Come on, just one person, get me over that 100. And as always, train hard, train smart. See you guys next week.